This is Andrew.
Hi.
But before we get into the riveting tales of the startup he's building with his friends from college, let's rewind the clock by 2 years. Andrew, 25 and an anime enthusiast and Star Wars nerd, was 30 pounds heavier than he realized. He'd always considered himself active, played golf in the summer, hit the tennis courts when he could, volleyed on weekends, and squeezed in random sessions of lifting, bouldering, and bodyweight workouts. Yet each morning, as he watched his abs slowly fade and his stomach grow chubbier in the mirror, he told himself, "It's just muscle." Then, one day, the scale blinked 199.8 pounds. And in that moment, his dad messaged,
맨날 처먹고 처자빠져 자고 내 인생이 그게 다냐?
or, "You look fat." Determined to lose weight in 6 months, Andrew ate the same meal every day, fried rice and chicken, and crafted his own workouts. 3 weeks later, just 1 pound lost. Frustration set in. Meal prepping. Convinced that meal prepping was the magic fix, Andrew spent the weekends cooking in bulk. But none of those creators had considered how little control Andrew possessed over his cravings. It didn't matter if he hid the chips in the back of the pantry or even on the roof. He would hunt them. Fortunately, Andrew overcame his overeating habit at the mere thought of extra dishes. The cold sensation of his sleeves soaked and fingers slippery with dish soap was enough to make him cook and eat less. Every day began with coffee and ended with numbers and words, no in-betweens. Troubled by his slow progress, Andrew browsed the most affordable gyms in his area. But even the cheapest plans were more than a bootstrapped founder could afford, until that sunlit afternoon when Andrew paused, fixed his gaze on the sky, closed his laptop, and stepped into the outside world. He strolled the Elliott Bay Trail with the patience of an old romantic waiting for a reunion. Then something caught his attention. A chest-sized basalt rock, sunlit above and mist-cooled below, resting on pale gray pebbles. On impulse, ancestral instinct perhaps, he lifted the rock into his arms. It felt uncannily snug, like cradling a newborn, and a quiet excitement bloomed in his chest. Day after day, he returned to his shoreline gym, each spot alive with its own simplicity. The hush of endless blue, cottony clouds drifting lazily, and the sharp taste of salt in the air. That sense of freedom, to train wherever, whenever, only reinforced the startup vision Andrew and his friends had already set in motion. And so begins the next chapter. Andrew, Leo, and Kai first met at Virginia Tech while building a parking app to make campus parking more affordable. Despite widespread support from local homeowners and students nationwide, the venture fractured under internal tensions and greed. Undeterred by that setback, the three remained together. Leo, ever the innovator, crafted a prototype app that counted reps using his phone's camera. So, the trio devised a beach experiment. Anyone who completed 5 squats and 10 push-ups with proof on the app would earn a free drink. To make it happen, Andrew left Blacksburg to meet with Kai and Leo and spent 7 hours traveling, first on Amtrak, then Greyhound, to Norfolk. Together they filled a bright red cooler with chilled drinks from Restaurant Depot and headed to Virginia Beach to put their experiment to the test. After a day spent handing out cold drinks for honest feedback and hearing people's personal fitness struggles, one insight stood out. Counting reps wasn't the problem. Form was. Back home, They explored the form feedback features, a seemingly impossible challenge, but one they were determined to tackle. One afternoon, while gathering more feedback, they came across a local volleyball group, a friendly mix of amateurs and intermediates who invited them to join their games. In that moment, they understood the power of the fitness community, people driven by shared passion and playful competition. Though amateurs, they managed to keep up with the group and enjoyed every moment with them. But as the demands of building their startup grew, they reluctantly pressed pause on those late-night celebrations, eager to return one day, holding on to the friendships they'd formed until they could return. After months of battling endless bugs, late-night coding sessions, and more headaches than they could count, the trio returned to the beach, cooler in hand, spirits high. This time, the app was stable and ready for real use, a breakthrough after just 1 month of work. To their surprise, most participants still counted reps incorrectly. But more importantly, the beach conversations uncovered a deeper problem, a lack of accountability. Without someone to ensure proper form, progress felt too slow, and hiring a trainer was simply out of reach for many given their finances. With accountability top of mind, Andrew and his friends tackled their next, seemingly impossible task: real-time form feedback.